You guys, our CEO. We're giving you the extra applause there, Ron. How you doing this morning, sir?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. You can see. Fantastic.
Awesome. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm actually up at my cabin, which I haven't been able to be up at lately. I took all my kids up to the Sundance cabin, and there's a little river in the backyard. Got a fireplace behind me. It's just pristine outside right now, kind of crisp and cool. And what a perfect morning it is to be able to introduce our special guest this morning, who I'm excited to have come on. He's quite the inspiration. Absolutely. Sorry, just making sure technically we're okay. Absolutely. Tank, are you on? Just making sure before I introduce you.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Tank. So basically, I had the privilege to meet him through Tina and Kelly Malsom. Tina and Kelly. And Tank is an established spokesperson. He's an established producer, actor. He's on his way up. He's done so many different commercials on his way to CSI Miami, on his way to Breaking Bad, and just really doing some cool things. And when he shared me his story the other day, I was so moved and inspired. I just felt like that he and I were separated at birth. You know, I just felt such a deep connection to this man. And not only is he just gifted, these God-given talents that he's been given, but he's so aware and so conscious to go out and do great things in the world and make an impact, and not just, sit and take from the actor's perspective, but just find as many ways to give and share as possible. And recently he was swabbed and on his way to his nutrition. And Tank Jones, we are so blessed and grateful to have you on this morning. How are you this morning? And welcome to the Euphoria Science Saturday morning call.
Oh, thank you. I am doing fantastic, Ron. Thank you for that awesome introduction. I will do my best to try and live up to that. So yeah, I'm ready this morning. My heart was beating a little fast this morning for a couple of things, as you and Craig know. But I got my 4-mile run in this morning. I got my push-ups in, my oatmeal, so I'm feeling great and I'm ready to go.
Awesome. Well, I'd love to hear your story, Tank, because your story has a little bit of a shocking turn to it. Life's good. You're just moving along and things are going the way you kind of went. You got your beautiful family, and all of a sudden, tell us your story. Just curious, because I know these people here on this call are really going to be touched by what you have to share.
So thank you for that. And yes, so as Ron said, I've been a professional actor now for 20 years. I've been blessed in that arena to work with some pretty cool people, and my career has actually done fairly well. I was actually getting ready for a new television show that we were supposed to be shooting this month, but thanks to coronavirus, it's been put on hold, but we're still gonna go. But I had found one of the best trainers actually in the country to help me get in the best shape that I could get of my life, because people who know me, I've been in the fitness area since I was in high school. I've been taking supplements and multivitamins since I was in high school. I am, without patting myself on the back, pretty much the poster child of health. Okay, this has been my life's work, my life's dream, my life's vision. And so I was working out with this guy. I was getting in the best shape of my life for my character. My character's name, by the way, is Aqua Velvet. So he's one of those eccentric guys. He'll go out in the middle of a gunfight in 20 below with his shirt off. That's the kind of character that I was getting ready to play. So I had to be in the best shape that I could be in. And I was getting there. I was actually lifting heavy, felt great. Okay. I have been posting videos. You look at my timeline, you go back, you'll see them. So I left the gym. I took a shower. I left the gym. I went to the gas station and I was picking something up and I doubled over in such pain. I mean, it stopped me in my tracks. It was so bad, I actually started to cry in the middle of the store. I had to limp out of the store back into my car. I'm getting in the car, I close the door, and I don't know what's going on. My body feels like it's seizing up on me. So the only thing I think to do is I call my trainer, because he's also a therapist, and he treats me. And I called him, and he said he couldn't understand a word I was saying, but he did manage to ask me. He said, "Are you having a heart attack?" And I'm a young guy, so that never even crossed my mind. I said, "Hey, I don't think so." And he asked me all the questions you're supposed to ask somebody. Did your jaw hurt? Are you getting numbness down your arm? He asked me everything. I didn't have any other of those symptoms, but on a scale of 1 to 10, my pain was a 15, and I'm writhing in pain in my car. So he said, "Well, if you can get here, I'll treat you." So he has a pulse electromagnetic field machine, and it floods your body with electrons, and it helps break up clots if you have any. And I went there. What I didn't realize at the time is what he did for me actually ended up saving my life. Because I thought, if you wonder what I thought it was severe muscle cramps, and I was just dehydrated, but the worst you could ever get. So I go home, my wife massages me, and it allows me, I'm getting some rest, and it allows me, the pain starts to subside. I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning. My pain's not on 10, it's not on 15. It's more like a 4 or 5, but I just don't feel right. So I tell her this, and we go to the urgent care. And the first urgent care we went to, 4-hour wait, like, nah, we can't wait to do that. I learned later that was probably a really good thing that they had such a long wait. So we go to another one, and the lady gives me a EKG, and she comes out. She's trying to force this smile. I'm not kidding. She's looking at me, and she said, "Sir, your EKG says it's abnormal. We're calling the ambulance right now, and you need to go over to the emergency room where they have a cath lab." Guys, this is not registering to me what's going on in my body, okay? Because again, fitness guy, in great shape, and I live this stuff. Nothing. Why would I be thinking that I'm having what I'm having? So I look at her, I said, "Why are you calling the ambulance?" I said, "The ER is only 2 miles away. We can drive there." She looks at me with a straight face, and she says, "What's $500 if you're dead?" Okay, so I get in the ambulance. They take me over there. They're having a fight with the ER people in the front, because they tell them they need to get me right up to the cath lab. They're saying, "Well, we don't have paperwork on this guy, so you got to get him up there now." And they say, "I don't know what you're saying. I don't know about the paperwork, but we're getting him upstairs." Okay, they start undressing me. The doctor comes in. He says, "Hi, my name is Dr. Xavier." Everything goes black. The next thing I know, I wake up, and my wife and my kids are in front of me. And I said, "What's going on?" Doctor says to me, "Sir, you just had a widowmaker heart attack. Your LAD artery was 100% blocked. We had to go in, we had to do an angio. We were able to open it up about 15, 20%. You're lucky to be alive. We have to go back in tomorrow to try and place a stent or something else, and we may have to crack your chest open." No, you have got to be kidding me. You're lying. There's no way that happened to me. No way. And there's this one medication that they gave me, apparently, that causes amnesia. And at first, my wife, I could tell she had been crying. But after I asked the question, I guess the 50th time, she started laughing, because I didn't realize I kept asking the same question over and over and over again. So the next day, fortunately, they did not have to crack my chest open, but they did go into my thigh, and they were able to place a stent. Now, that's not the end of the story, thank God, because what ended up happening after that, and I'm telling myself, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna be stronger. I don't know what happened, but this is not gonna set me back. Mindset guy. Because I also used to speak, and still occasionally do, at elementary schools, middle schools, high schools. We'll talk about that at another time. But then maybe a month or two later, after the doctor cleared me and said that I could go do exercises, I started posting videos. I'm back working. I'm doing what the doctor's telling me to do, but I'm pushing it and I'm feeling great. And all of a sudden, it feels like a TENS unit is on the left side of my chest. And I don't know if it's my heart. I don't know if it's my muscle. End up having to go back to the emergency room. I'm in there for 6 hours for them to tell me that they have no idea what that was. That has become a recurring theme in things that have been happening to me. I don't know what that was, sir. The nurses, my cardiologist, the hematologist, the most common answer that I get from them on my health things is, I don't know. You're a healthy guy. This doesn't normally happen. And what the cardiologist thinks happened is that a piece of plaque, because all of my cholesterol levels, guys, are great. Okay. Every single one of them. They think a piece of plaque broke off due to some stress, emotional or physical, and exploded. And it caused my vein to collapse, stenosis, and then a clot to form around it. And my family was confused when they were listening to the doctor, because my mom came down and they all thought that it was blood clots. Nope, no history of that. They've done tons of tests. I've been back and forth to the hospital, and what it ended up doing was, for a person like me that was so much into fitness, so much into health, so much, I never had to take medications before. I'm now taking 7 medications, and I can't do what I love to do to the level that I love to do it at, which is why I made the announcement when Ron asked me how I was doing. I went for my run this morning, done my push-ups, I've done my pull-ups. I'm able to do that stuff, but I still have to do it in moderation. And things like that can make you depressed. And that's exactly what it ended up doing to me. And I'm strong mentally. I've built myself up that way. Thank God. Avid reader, and always my main mantra is you can. If you were on a call yesterday, you heard me say it. I'll say it to you guys probably again at another time. And I wasn't feeling like I could, because I wasn't getting clear answers from my doctors. And nobody knew what happened to me, and nobody knew why. They just say it happens to healthy people sometimes. So around this time also, I ended up running into Tina and Kelly. And I have to say, guys, they are two of the most genuine people that I've ever met in my life. And I believe, I don't know if people on here are believers or not, but I believe that God placed them in my life. And I'm so thankful that he did. And if you guys are on this at all, I just want to tell you both, I love you guys. We've only known each other for a short period of time, and I'm comfortable and say I love you guys. You are freaking awesome. And forgive me, because I'm starting to get a bit emotional right now. But I finally, after a little bit of time, decided that I was going to swab after the information that I was learning about your company, because I had other people, because of who I am, that were talking to me about doing certain things with them and coming aboard with their companies and doing a little bit of work. But these guys, they never pushed anything on me. And they gave me time to do research on Euphoria. And I love what you guys are doing. And like Ron said, we had a call, what was it, man? Maybe a week or two ago. And it was so awesome. So you guys have awesome leadership here. I'm one of those guys that I really feel blessed to be speaking to you right now. I just wanted to be able to share my story with as many people as possible, to let them know it doesn't matter how healthy you think you are. Health is important. And what better way to get to the bottom and the root of maybe what's going on with you, or even things you don't know what's going on with you, than through your own DNA? Because a lot of times the doctors don't have answers. I'm testament of that. And that doesn't mean you should ignore the medical field, because I know there's lots of doctors in here. I'm just simply saying it never hurts to know, so you can prepare. I've got a beautiful wife, 3 children. What would have happened if I had just all of a sudden I was gone and everything went black? But I'm back, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotional. I'm ready to go. And I told Ron and I told Tina and I told Kelly, whatever you guys need me to do for you all, I am here and I will stand on a mountaintop and shout what you guys are doing, because I truly believe it's life-saving and life-changing. Sorry, hopefully I didn't go on too long.
No, Tank, absolutely stunning. Folks, give it up for Tank right now. Give him some chat love. Tank, thank you so much for sharing your story. Just curious, moving forward, what's ahead for you, Tank? I know that now you've talked about the past, the present. Project on us Tank's future. What your aspirations are.
Well, Tank's future has since the last time that I went and my cardiologist again told me he's not sure of everything that's going on. I plan to stick around with you guys, hopefully doing some things with Euphoria, but on the acting side, the television show is called Fire and Ice.
Okay.
I've got a couple of films that are coming out later on this year. Netflix, I did a film called The Second with Ryan Philippe early last year. I've got some things right now that if you just Googled my name, you'd see some stuff pop up on Netflix and Amazon. We're doing another sequel to a comic book film. I'm working on doing a project that's a Marvel project for a character that if you looked at the comic books, you look anything on my timeline, you probably see it. So continuing to act, continuing to speak, continuing to motivate. And God has called me to this, and whatever you can do, use your tragedies. God works in mysterious ways. Isn't this what we always hear? And who would have known that a heart attack would now have me speaking in such a way to motivate and inspire people to take a look at what is going on the inside with a company like Euphoria.
Awesome. Well, hey, blessings to you and your beautiful family, Tank, your career. You just inherited a whole new fan club here at Euphoria Science.